President Trump slamming Democrats' struggling economic message. Joining us now for reaction, U.S. Secretary of Interior Doug Burgum. I appreciate it, Mr. Secretary. Thanks for being here. Now, what's your message to the critics of Trump's economic policies?
Well, they're critics because President Trump's economic policies are working, whether it's energy dominance, which is making sure that we've got prosperity at home and peace abroad, or whether it's his tariffs. Everything that they were concerned about that they thought was going to be an issue has turned out to not be. President Trump right again on economic policy. And again, for Americans, that means lower gas prices. When you have lower energy prices, it lowers the price of the clothes on your back, the food on your table, how you heat your home, the gas in your car. Energy prices are a component of anything, and he's driven those down tremendously. We've got states that are under $2 a gallon of gas. We have 31 plus states that are below 3 gallons. Right. Your individual results may vary because we have some states that are fighting President Trump's agenda, but those people that support his economic agenda live in those states are thriving. The economic boom that we're going to see this year in terms of growth, real wages, taxes are down, regulations are down, income is up. 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for the American economy.
And Mr. Secretary, that's the key. Energy has been the key to the president's, central to his economic plan. Democrat Congresswoman Debbie Dingell from Michigan was asked if any of Trump's economic policies have helped her constituents. Listen to this.
Congresswoman, is there a single economic policy that Trump has implemented that you feel has benefited your constituents? No.
She put out a statement in support of Trump's auto tariffs. So how can she say that when tariffs have added shifts to more workers? Ford, for example, added new shifts. They added a new production line and others.
Well, President Trump was just in Michigan, and what he heard from the auto workers there was exactly that. There was a plant that President Trump was at that was going to shut down in the next year or two. Now they're going from 1 shift to 3 shifts. They're going round the clock. President Trump saved the auto industry in Michigan from decimation by getting them off this crazy EV path, which required massive taxpayer subsidies for people to even buy a car. And with his tariffs with Canada, he's reviving the auto industry in America and in Michigan. So perhaps the Congresswoman was having trouble coming up with all the positive things she could say, because Michigan is a state that is absolutely benefiting from President Trump's policies, just like the other 49 states are.
Now, I want to switch, Mr. Secretary, to Greenland here for a bit. The president is still, where does the deal stand between the U.S. and Greenland? There's some negotiations that have gone back and forth. The president backed off putting tariffs on our partners. Where does that negotiation stand?
Well, it's moving forward with progress. And of course, Greenland, President Trump, so right about the strategic nature of this for national defense. It's the bookend with Alaska that helps protect North America. And people have characterized Greenland as covered in ice, but Greenland is 2.5 times the size of Alaska. The 20% of Greenland that doesn't have ice is the size of California. The economic opportunities in Greenland are similar to what we've seen in Alaska. And Alaska has got an opportunity now unleashed under President Trump to be a major contributor to U.S. energy dominance, dropping prices here in the U.S. and helping supply our allies in the Pacific.
Yeah, it could be untapped potential there. I appreciate it, Mr. Secretary. Thank you for your time on this. Please come back again for us.
Great to be with you, Ed. Thank you.
Yeah.